I've been staring at the same four walls of my apartment for 2 months. Beige walls, empty walls, the kind of walls that remind you every single day that you moved to a new city where you don't know anyone and that you are spending your first Thanksgiving completely alone. Well, I was supposed to be alone, but then Jared from work took pity on me. "You can't spend Thanksgiving by yourself, man," he said yesterday, leaning against my cubicle. "That's depressing." "My family's in Colorado," I explained. "I'm flying out for Christmas. It didn't make sense to go twice. So, come to my girlfriend's place. She's hosting. It's casual. Just bring wine or something." I hesitated. Jared and I aren't exactly friends. We're colleagues. We talk about projects and deadlines in the coffee machine that's been broken for 3 weeks. But we don't hang out. "I don't want to intrude." "You're not intruding. I'm inviting you. 234 Emerald Street, 6 p.m. Don't be weird about it." So, here I am. 5:47 p.m. on Thanksgiving. Holding a bottle of decent Pinot Noir and a homemade pumpkin pie. Yes, I made the pie. I'm a food engineer. I know my way around a kitchen. My grandmother's recipe. The one she used to make every Thanksgiving before she passed away last year. This is my first Thanksgiving without her, but I'm not going to think about that right now. Have you ever walked into the wrong place at exactly the right time? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more stories about unexpected connections, found families, and Thanksgiving miracles, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss our next story. The houses on Emerald Street all look the same. Craftsman style. Front porches. Little gardens that are mostly dead now because it's late November. Numbers on the mailboxes that are weirdly hard to read in the dark. I pull up to what I'm pretty sure is 234. I check my phone. GPS says I'm here. I grab the wine and pie. Walk up to the door. Ring the bell. The door opens almost immediately. A woman in her mid-60s. Gray hair pulled back. Apron covered in flour. Warm smile. "Oh, you're here." She pulls the door wide. Come in. Don't just stand there in the cold." I step inside. "Thank you for having me. I brought—" "Bob," she calls over her shoulder. "He's here." A man appears from what looks like the living room. Late 60s, flannel shirt, reading glasses perched on his head. "Finally!" He walks over. "Kate said you would come." I blink. "Kate?" "She's on her way." The woman takes my coat before I can even process what's happening. She's running a bit late, work emergency. You know how restaurants are on holidays. "Restaurant?" I'm confused. Jared said his girlfriend works in marketing. "Oh, let me take that." She plucks the wine and pie from my hands. "Wine and pie? Aren't you sweet? Bob, look, he brought a pie." Bob peers at it. "That from a bakery?" "I made it, actually." "You bake?" The woman looks delighted. "Trevor, Kate didn't mention you bake." "Trevor?" "I'm sorry, I think there's been a—" Come, everyone's in the living room. You're the last to arrive apart from Kate." She's already walking away. Bob claps me on the shoulder. "Good to finally meet you, son. Kate's told us a lot about you." And he follows his wife. I stand in the entryway, completely frozen. They think I'm someone named Trevor. This is not Jared's girlfriend's house. I should leave. Right now. I should say, "I'm sorry, wrong house," and walk out the door. But the woman, Kate's mom apparently, is already calling from the kitchen. "Trevor, do you prefer red or white wine?" And I hear myself say, "Red is great." What am I doing? I walk toward the living room. Maybe I can find a moment to explain. To say there's been a mistake. The living room is full of people. An older man, maybe late 70s, sitting in a recliner. A teenage boy on the couch, glued to his phone. A woman in her 40s arranging appetizers on the coffee table. They all look up when I enter. "Trevor?" The woman with the appetizer stands. "Finally, I'm Linda, Kate's aunt. We've heard so much about you. It's nice to meet you, but this is my dad, Frank." She gestures to the man in the recliner. "And that's Jake, Kate's brother." The teenager glances up, nods, goes back to his phone. Sit. Linda pats the couch. "Kate should be here any minute." Bob returns with 2 glasses of red wine, hands me one. So, Trevor, Kate tells us you're in finance? I think about my work, about my friend from work, Jared, who invited me to 234 Emerald Street. Is it Jared's girlfriend's house or not? I look at the mail on the side table. 243 Emerald Street. I went to 243 instead of 234. I'm definitely in the wrong house, and they think I'm their daughter's boyfriend. I need to. I start to stand. Turkey's almost ready. Kate's mom, I still don't know her name, appears in the doorway. Trevor, you haven't touched the appetizers. Are you hungry? You look pale. I'm fine, Did you try the spinach dip? It's Kate's recipe. Well, technically it's mine, but she perfected it. She's so proud. Her eyes are actually sparkling. I sit back down. I'll try it. What am I doing? Why am I not leaving? But then Kate's mom sits next to me, pats my knee. I'm Maggie, by the way. I don't think we properly introduced ourselves. Nice to meet you, Maggie. We're so glad Kate found you. After that last boyfriend, what was his name, Bob? Derek, Bob says with distaste. Yes, Derek. Awful man. Never looked me in the eye. But you. Maggie squeezes my arm. Kate said you were special. I can see why. My throat tightens. This woman is so kind, so genuinely happy to meet me. And I'm lying to her. I should tell the truth, right now. Maggie, I need to tell you something. Oh, that's my timer. Turkey's done. She springs up. Trevor, come help me in the kitchen. You mentioned you like to cook. Yes, but... Perfect. Bob, you're useless with a bird. Trevor, come on. And just like that, I'm being pulled into the kitchen. The kitchen smells incredible. Roasted turkey, sage, butter. All the smells that make Thanksgiving feel like home. Maggie's checking the turkey in the oven. Golden brown. Perfect. Can you hand me the thermometer? Top drawer. I find it. Hand it over. She checks the temperature. 165. Perfect. Trevor, grab those oven mitts and help me lift this out. I do. We work in tandem. She directs, I follow. The turkey comes out flawlessly. Beautiful, she says, genuinely pleased. Now it needs to rest. 20 minutes. Can you start on the gravy? The gravy? You said you like to cook. I do, but... She's already pulling out a saucepan. Ingredients. Drippings are here. Flour, butter, stock. You know how to make a roux? I do. Of course I do. It's literally my job to understand food chemistry. Yes. Then go ahead. I need to check on the sides. And suddenly I'm making gravy in a stranger's kitchen. But the thing is, it feels good. I haven't cooked with someone since my grandmother died. She and I used to cook together every weekend. She'd make her recipes, I'd suggest modifications, we'd argue good-naturedly about technique. I miss it. I start the roux, butter melting, flour whisking in. The smell is comforting. Maggie glances over. Oh, you're doing it right. Low heat. Good. My grandmother taught me. Smart woman. She's mashing potatoes. Is she coming for Christmas? My hand stills. She passed away last year. Maggie stops. Looks at me. Really looks at me. I'm so sorry, honey. Thank you. Was she a good cook? The best. She made this pie I brought. Well, I made it, her recipe. Then I can't wait to try it. She smiles. She'd be proud that you're keeping her recipes alive. My eyes sting. I focus on the gravy. Add the stock slowly. Whisk constantly. This is really good, Trevor, Maggie says after a moment. You're a natural. I'm a food engineer, actually. It's kind of my job. A food engineer. Kate said you were in finance. Damn it. I was. I changed careers recently. Good for you. Following your passion. She's pulling rolls out of the oven. Kate did the same thing. She was pre-med, then realized she hated it. Went to culinary school instead. Bob had a fit. He doesn't approve? He does now. Took a while. But when he saw how happy she was... Maggie shrugs. That's all a parent wants. For their kid to be happy. I think about my own parents, in Colorado. Probably sitting down to dinner right now. I should call them. But not yet. Not while I'm in the middle of this lie. Gravy's done, I say. Maggie tastes it. Her eyes widen. Oh, this is good. Trevor, you're hired. I laugh despite myself. Kate's a lucky woman, Maggie says. A man who cooks and appreciates good food? That's rare. Guilt crashes over me. Maggie, I really need to. Everyone, dinner's ready, she calls. And the moment is gone. The dining room table is massive, set for 8. Maggie directs everyone to seats. I end up between Bob and Linda. Across from me is an empty chair. For Kate, who still hasn't arrived, who still hasn't texted or called, apparently. Should we wait for her? I ask. Kate knows the rules, Bob says. Thanksgiving dinner starts at 7 sharp. If she's late, she's late. It's 7:02. Let's say grace, Maggie says. Everyone bows their heads. Bob leads a short, simple prayer, and then Maggie starts passing dishes. Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, my gravy. The food is incredible. Maggie, this is amazing as always, Linda says. Trevor made the gravy, Maggie announces. Everyone looks at me. It's really good, Frank says, surprised. Thanks. So Trevor, Bob says, cutting into his turkey. Tell us about yourself. Kate's been secretive. I panic. What do you want to know? How'd you two meet? Think. Through a friend. Jared. I'm sweating. We met through Jared. This is spiraling. Bob's watching me carefully. What do you do for work, Trevor? I'm a food engineer. Thought you were in finance. I was. I switched careers. When? Recently. How recently? I'm being interrogated. Bob, leave him alone, Maggie scolds. He's a guest. I'm just curious about the man dating my daughter. Fair point. I work for a food processing company, I say. Which is true. Just not as Trevor. As Cameron. At my actual job. We develop new products, improve existing ones, quality control, food safety. Sounds interesting, Linda says politely. It is. I actually really love it. And you met Kate how long ago? Bob presses. I have no idea. A few months? She said 6 months. Right, 6. Sorry, time flies. Bob doesn't look convinced. Frank clears his throat. Let's do the gratitude round. I'll start. I'm grateful for family, for this meal, for still being here at 78. It goes around the table. Linda, Jake, reluctantly. Bob, Maggie. Then it's my turn. I should lie. Should say something generic, but instead the truth comes out. I'm grateful for, I pause, for kindness. I moved to this city 2 months ago. I don't know anyone here, my family's far away, and honestly I was dreading today. Being alone, but being here. I look around the table, at these strangers who welcome me. Reminds me why Thanksgiving matters. It's not about the food, it's about being with people who make you feel less alone. So thank you for letting me be here. Silence. Maggie's eyes are wet. Linda's smiling. Even Bob looks moved. That's beautiful, Trevor, Maggie says softly, and I feel like the worst person alive. Because I'm not Trevor. I'm an imposter, and these kind people have no idea. We're halfway through the meal when Bob asks, Wait, how did you meet Kate 6 months ago if it's been 2 since you moved here? The front door opens. Sorry I'm late, a woman's voice. Strained. Thick. Everyone looks toward the hallway. A woman appears in the doorway. Late 20s. Dark hair. Chef's jacket under her coat. Eyes red and swollen. She's been crying. Kate! Maggie stands. Honey, what happened? Kate looks at her mother. Her lip trembles. Trevor broke up with me. The room goes completely silent. I freeze, fork halfway to my mouth. Maggie gasps. What? When? This afternoon. By text. Kate's voice cracks. He said he couldn't do this anymore. That he needed space. That he was sorry. Linda rushes over, hugs her. Bob stands, furious. By text? What kind of coward? I drove here crying for 2 hours, Kate continues. I almost turned around, but I didn't want to ruin Thanksgiving for everyone. Oh, sweetheart. Maggie pulls her into a hug. And then Kate looks up, sees me, sitting at her family's table. Her eyes widen. Who are you? Every single person at the table turns to look at me. I stand up slowly. I can explain. Bob's face is red. What the hell is going on? Who is this? Kate asks again. Maggie looks between us. That's Trevor, your boyfriend. That's not Trevor, Kate shouts. Oh, God. He's not Trevor. Kate's crying and yelling at the same time. Trevor just dumped me. So who are you? I raise my hands. My name is Cameron Rhodes. I'm so sorry. There's been a huge misunderstanding. A misunderstanding? Bob's voice is dangerous. You're in my house, at my table, and you're not who you said you were? I didn't say I was Trevor. You assumed... What the hell is happening? Frank demands. I take a breath. I was invited to 234 Emerald Street for Thanksgiving by my coworker Jared. I must have typed the address wrong in my GPS. I ended up here, at 243. When Maggie answered the door, she thought I was Trevor. I tried to explain, but everyone kept talking and assuming, and you just went with it? Kate's voice is shrill. I tried to correct it multiple times, but then everyone was so welcoming, and I thought when you got here we could clear it up together, but then you were late, and... So you lied to my family? I didn't lie. I just didn't correct the assumption. That's lying. She's right. She's absolutely right. Bob steps forward. I think you should leave. Dad, Jake starts. Now. I grab my coat from the closet. My hands are shaking. This is humiliating. I ruined their Thanksgiving. I ruined my Thanksgiving. I'm so sorry, Maggie. You should have been honest from the start. I know. I'm sorry. I walk toward the door. Kate's in the hallway, arms crossed, still crying. For what it's worth, I say quietly. He's an idiot. Anyone who would break up with you by text doesn't deserve you. You don't know me. I know your family loves you. I know your mom is proud of you for following your passion. I know you're a chef and apparently your spinach dip recipe is amazing. I pause. And I know you deserved better than Trevor. Kate stares at me. I really am sorry, I say. And I walk out the door. I sit in my car for 5 minutes, staring at the Kellerman house, at the warm light in the windows, at the family I briefly belonged to. I pull out my phone. Text Jared. I'm so sorry. I went to the wrong address, got caught up in something. Are you still celebrating? 3 dots. Then, dude, it's 8:30. We ate already. Where were you? Long story. I'm really sorry. It's cool. You okay? Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. I drive back to my apartment, sit alone on my couch. Best Thanksgiving ever. 2 days later, I'm at work, trying to focus on formulation reports for a new protein bar. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. Is this Cameron Rhodes? Yes. Who is this? Kate Kellerman, your fake girlfriend. I almost dropped my phone. I'm so sorry about Thursday. I should have left immediately. I shouldn't have... My mom won't stop talking about your gravy. What? She said it was the best gravy she's ever had, and she's been making Thanksgiving dinner for 40 years. That's nice? She wants the recipe. Also, I tried your pie. You left it. We ate it for dessert after you left. And? It was really good. Your grandmother's recipe. Yes. 3 dots. Then, I'm a chef. At Harvest Moon downtown. If you're not a complete psychopath, which is TBD, I'd like to talk about food engineering and recipe development. Professional interest. Are you asking me to meet you? I'm asking if you want to grab coffee and talk about food science. That's it. Your family probably hates me. My mom said you have kind eyes and good energy. My dad said you're either a con artist or genuinely nice and he can't tell which. Frank said you make good gravy and that's all that matters. And you? What do you think? Long pause. I think you showed up at the wrong house on the worst day of my life. And somehow made it slightly less terrible because you made my mom happy, even though you were lying the whole time. I wasn't lying. I was just trapped in a misunderstanding. Semantics. So, coffee? Wednesday, 2 p.m. Cafe Allegro on University. Don't go to the wrong address. I'll double-check. Good. I meet Kate on Wednesday. She's already there. Reading something on her phone. Chef's jacket swapped for jeans and a sweater. I sit down. Hi. Hi. Awkward silence. For the record, Kate says, I Googled you. You are actually a food engineer, so at least that part was true. Everything I said was true, except my name. Which is kind of a big thing. Fair point. Why didn't you just leave when you realized the mistake? I think about it. Honestly, your family reminded me of mine, and I missed that. The chaos, the warmth, the bad jokes. I've been alone in this city for 2 months, and for a couple hours I wasn't. Kate nods slowly. Trevor and I dated for 6 months. He never once came to family dinner, said he was too busy, and you, a complete stranger, showed up by accident and made my mom like you in 2 hours. For what it's worth, I liked your family too. Even though my dad interrogated you, I heard he was harsh. It just means he cares. Kate smiles, small but real. He does. We talk for 2 hours. About food, about her restaurant, about my work, about her culinary school days, about my grandmother's recipes. It's easy, natural, and when we leave, she says, same time next week? I'd like that. 6 months later. I'm back at the Kellerman house. It's April now. Sunday dinner. Not Thanksgiving, but it feels just as warm. Maggie's teaching me her pot roast recipe. Kate's prepping sides. Bob's arguing with Frank about baseball. Jake's still on his phone. Some things never change. Cam, Maggie says. Hand me that peppermill. My real name, my real self. Here. You know, she says, I'm glad you went to the wrong house that night. Even though I lied to you? You didn't lie, you just delayed the truth. Kate laughs from across the kitchen. That's not how that works, Mom. Well, it worked out, didn't it? Maggie looks between us. He's here. You're happy. We got good gravy. Always about the gravy, Bob mutters. Kate walks over, kisses my cheek. She's not wrong. I look around the kitchen, at this family that wasn't supposed to be mine, at Kate, who was crying over someone else when we met, at the home I stumbled into by accident, and I think sometimes the wrong address is exactly where you're supposed to be. Have you ever made a mistake that turned into the best thing that ever happened to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story about wrong addresses, found families, and Thanksgiving miracles moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about unexpected connections, second chances, and the moments that change everything. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our next story. Thanks for watching, and we see you in the next one.